Lauderdale, Florida. This is NAB Show Live.
Hello and welcome to NAB Show Live. I'm your host, Ryan Salazar. And today, as we head into the NAB Show New York event next week, November 9th and 10th, we have Elad Dadon, Principal Product Manager at TD Control for Avid. How you doing?
Hi, Ryan. Glad to be here. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing excellent. So TD Control is getting a lot of attention right now. For the folks that don't know what Avid's TD Control is, let's talk about it.
Well, TD Control is Avid's advanced solution for managing content over video walls. It is part of our studio suite in the Avid's Media Central platform, and basically it can provide solution for any production that involve video walls, whether it's studio production, news production, election, sport, you name it. If you have video walls, you want TD Control to control them.
So why would a station use TD Control to feed content to its video displays?
So as you may know, video walls became very popular in recent years, and quite rightfully. The technology evolved a lot while the prices went down, and that allowing broadcasters to equip their studio with multiple video walls. And those video walls, thanks to the technology, are not the traditional 16:9. They are very unconventional in the terms of shape and sizes and resolutions. Now, this is require a system to drive the content for those unconventional video walls. Now, video walls in the studio allow the broadcaster not only to change dynamically the way the studio look, but also to tell the story differently and interact with the talent in the studio. Solutions in the markets are divided between video processors and real-time graphic systems, and each one of those solutions is lacking the capabilities of the other, so it's not a really full solution for video walls. TD Control is one of the few systems in the market that providing both the video processing capabilities and the real-time graphic capabilities in the same solution. So it makes TD Control to be the perfect solution for managing content on video walls.
So how does TD Control manage unconventional video walls?
Well, TD Control is relying on Avid's HDVG4, which is a real-time video graphics rendering platform. And with the HDVG4, it can provide up to 16 HD outputs from a single HDVG. If you require more outputs, then we can stack up as many HDVG4. There's really no limitation here. And those HD outputs can be used in order to feed multiple video walls. And if you want, you can use also the built-in canvas feature and assemble and combine multiple outputs together to assemble a larger image for Ultra HD video walls or different sizes or different shapes. So really with TD Control, you can control any video wall regardless to its size, orientation, shape, resolution, and aspect ratio. We have a nice example from Rogers in Canada, where they're using TD Control to drive their Sportsnet production for the NHL. And they have multiple video walls in their studio, including a giant half-oval video wall they called Goliath, who receive Ultra HD resolution content. And TD Control is feeding this video wall in the native resolution, as well with the other video walls in their studio, very, very easily. One more point about managing those video walls. When you manage this amount of video walls, you need also to give the operator the possibility to know what's going on in the studio. With TD Control, we have a unique feature we call dynamic preview, and that basically providing a single monitor in the control room where the operator can see the entire array of video walls, which replica exactly how they look in the studio. Not only that, it also have a preview channel that allowing to see the coming up next. Now that's unlike other solutions in the market where they need to put spy cams in the studio or having the cameraman working late hour and shift the camera in order to see what's going on in the studio.
Well, that's interesting that you say that because I've managed video walls in the past. And in fact, we considered putting a spy camera that we could actually watch the video wall from a remote location over webcam just to see what's going on while you're managing it remotely. That's pretty interesting. So how does TD Control enable the broadcaster to better tell its story?
Well, TD Control allowed to put on those video wall that I mentioned earlier, rich media. And with this rich media, obviously you can tell the story the way you want. But what is it, rich media? Well, rich media is, for example, real-time 2D and 3D graphic that can be video boxes with any texture that you like or any shape. It can be tickers, it can be bugs, 2D and 3D transition, but you're not limited to some generic transition. You can do whatever your creative team can imagine, and everything is done in the native resolution of the video wall, so nothing needs to be anamorphic. Everything is being created exactly the way it will look on the video walls, and the results are stunning. On top of that, we can put 16 live inputs. The same HDVG4 that provide us with 16 HD output is also providing 16 HD inputs. Those inputs are being used in order to have live sources of reporter in the field and have some interaction between the talent in the studio and the reporter in the field. Now, TD Control does that with a minimal 2-frame delays, and this delay is steady throughout the communication, and that's unlike other solution in the market where the delay is unsteady and much higher in the number. So that's causing lip sync or deferrals in the communication. With TD Control, you don't have to worry about it. All the communication is very natural and fluent between the talent and the reporter. Not only inputs and graphic, TD Control can also put on your video wall clips, and those clips are being played internally from the same HDVG, and that eliminate the need for additional clip player in your control room. And again, TD Control can play clips in the native resolution of the video wall. You don't have to stick to the 16:9. So eventually, TD Control enable you to tell the story the way you want and allow your creative team to focus on the creative aspects of the story rather than technical limitations.
So I'm really curious how TD Control integrates into production workflows.
Well, TD Control is coming from the broadcast environment, so quite naturally it integrates to the studio production workflow. TD Control can integrate, for example, with the production switcher, and we do that with all the known brands like Grass Valley, Snell, Sony, and more. And that allows basically to bring all the video sources that coming into the production switcher directly to the studio video walls. Any one of them, TD Control can route them easily from the TD Control UI. On top of that, there is a bi-direction communication between the switcher and the TD Control, and that allows the operator to choose the way he wants to work. He can do everything from TD Control, but if he prefers, he can do that also from the production switcher the way he used to, and basically he can create macros of graphic template or complicated transition from the production switcher. On top of that, TD Control can also integrate to the newsroom environment, obviously to Avid iNews, but also to other newsroom providers. And that allowing to bring editorial content to the video walls. The journalist can sit in his station, select the template that he wants to feed, populate it with data, and when he clicks save, it immediately updates in the TD Control UI, either for the operator to trigger it manually or from automation system that TD Control also support to trigger it automatically. Now, all of this is saving a lot of resources and enhancing the existing resources of the studio production. But not only that, TD Control is so easy to use that a single operator is driving the entire studio regardless to how many video walls you have. And usually our customers, the same operator that's running the production switcher is the one that is running TD Control. So in a way, TD Control is an extension of the switcher, providing obviously a lot of more capabilities that the switcher can do, and all without adding additional manpower or resources to the workflow.
All right, we'll see you at NAB Show New York next Wednesday, November 9th and Thursday, November 10th at the Javits Convention Center, booth 549 in New York City. Elad Dadon, Principal Product Manager of Avid's TD Control. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Ryan. Bye-bye.